Hello YouTube. So today I'm reviewing. Today we're talking about "Wish You Were Here." Uh, I haven't had a lot of time to make videos lately. Probably, I I probably won't. Uh, I probably won't have time a lot, but I don't know. I might. So we're talking about "Wish You Were Here," Pink Floyd's ninth studio album. Uh, Personally, out of Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, and Animals, I think this one is probably my favorite out of those three because, first of all, it has one of the best songs ever, taking up half the album, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. And I don't know, I've always sort of listened to this one, like I've always wanted to listen to this one more than, like I've taken it out and listened to it on my own more than Dark Side of the Moon and Animals. Uh, it's definitely a masterpiece in prog rock. Of course, this album is, for the most part, dedicated to Syd Barrett. Uh, it's kind of Syd Barrett's Endless River, because the Endless River was a tribute to Richard Wright. And I think, no, it's the first album. It's the first album since, well, nah, it's the last album to feature any writing credit by Rick Wright until the Division Belt, and this is the first album to not feature any writing credit by Nick Mason. It's mainly, the album's mostly written by Roger Waters with some input by Gilmour, and of course Richard Wright has credit on Shine On You Crazy Diamond as well. He doesn't sing lead on any song on the album, but he backup sings on Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which I always like hearing Rick Wright sing on the albums. That's one plus Dark Side of the Moon has, because he sings on Time. That's another reason why I like a lot of their early albums, because Richard Wright sings more frequently on them, their earlier albums. Well, he doesn't sing at all on Animals. He might do a little backup singing on Dogs, but I can't even really hear him really. Just backup singing, it might be a myth, but who knows. So, but but Richard Wright has said this is his favorite Pink Floyd album, and Gilmour, and it's some of the best music Rick Wright wrote, because I think he might have wrote the basic music part structure, if not Gilmour, but Wright wrote the beginning part with the long intro with the synthesizer and the guitar, and he wrote the end part, which is one of my favorite parts of the song, the part 9. And Gilmour wrote a lot of bluesy guitar. If you listen to some of their slow blues improvisations from the early 70s, you can hear a lot of that influence on Shine On You Crazy Diamond. A lot of the chord progressions are similar. Just go listen to it, you'll see what I mean. uh, especially listen to the 1971 BBC recording of the blues instrumental. You'll definitely hear what I mean. It is very similar. Uh, um, this album is a bit more has of course much longer songs than Dark Side of the Moon did, and it's probably more progressive than Dark Side of the Moon. Um, it's another step. It's another step forward. Uh, so the track list, "Shine on You Crazy Diamond," one of their best songs, if not their best. I definitely say it's their best song after 1971. I have no idea what their best song or what my favorite song is, but it's definitely their best song after Metal. No doubt. Um, so I already explained most of it earlier. You know, it has that long intro, that 4-note guitar part composed by Gilmour. He said one day he was noodling around on the guitar and he just randomly came out, played that, and Roger Waters said, "Hey, I like that. Let's use it for a song." So that's probably where one of the parts where Gilmour's credited to. Of course, Roger Waters, like Dark Side of the Moon, wrote all the lyrics. So you get part 1 through 5 of "Shine on You Crazy Diamond." So after the long intro, it's mainly focused on Gilmour's guitar playing, and then another part 3 is focused on Richard Wright's synthesizer playing, and then you get to where the singing starts, the 2 verses, which great. Not much to say about it. Great song. And then the part where the tempo changes with the saxophone, which is part 5. And then you transition on to "Welcome to the Machine." I've always loved "Welcome to the Machine." My favorite part of the song has always been the part with the synthesizer. And it's one of the first songs I heard by them on the radio a long time ago. I always liked the song. It seems to be the song people underrate the most on the album. Probably because it's slow and long, but I like it myself. Out of here. Anyway, there's a lot of sound effects in it, and yeah, it's a great progressive piece. So then there's "Have a Cigar," sung by Roy Harper. I mean, Roy Harper wasn't necessarily. I mean, Roger Waters could have easily sang this song, and it'd be just as good, if not better. I mean, nothing wrong with Roy Harper. I love the song. There is a version where it's Waters and Gilmour singing together, which I think that would have been fine. But yeah, it's a great song. I love it. Again, nice synthesizer playing by Rick Wright and guitar playing by Gilmour, of course. And then we have the famous song "Wish You Were Here." Out of Wish You, it's a way better commercial song than "Money," in my opinion. I like "Wish You Were Here." It's a nice tribute to Syd Barrett. yeah, it's pretty much a tribute to him. Not much to say about it, just great song. And then we get part 6 through 9 of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which is great. Part 6 is that long intro part with the synthesizer and the guitar, and it gets more intense as it goes on. And it opens up with the bass and the wind sound, and then you get part 7, which is verse 3, and then part 8 is that part in the middle with the, where it's kind of up tempo a little bit, kind of funky sounding. And part 9 is the part Rick Wright wrote himself, one of the parts he wrote himself, and it's slow and everything. I've always loved it. And at the end, he plays a part of "Seeing We Play" while it fades out. It ends really nicely. So I've always loved this album. I think I've liked it for the most part. I most of the time I liked it more than Dark Side of the Moon and Animals. Yeah, I think it's a great album. Nothing wrong with it. Again, I said it would have been nice if Roger sang "Have a Cigar," but again, there's nothing wrong with Roy Harper singing it. It's I mean, Roy Harper manages to. I mean, a lot of people back in the day thought Roger Waters sung it, but he did a good job with it. Yeah, great album, perfect, 10 out of 10. Nothing wrong with it. So hopefully soon I'll do a review on Animals. And I might start doing, I'll do the rest of the Pink Floyd discography. After that, I might, let me know what you think of this. Please, I might do reviews on random albums by different people, like a bunch of progressive bands, like I'll do Beatle reviews and stuff, and Led Zeppelin reviews, and bands like Yes and Genesis and Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Rush, because those bands I've recently started listening to those bands because of Pink Floyd. I got turned on to them by Pink Floyd, and those bands, I just said I'm not familiar with all their albums, but a lot of it. I know mainly the Yes albums. I know I'm pretty familiar with their up until after the Big Generator, I think that's what you call it, and with Genesis, I'm familiar with Peter Gabriel and some of the Phil Collins era, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I'm familiar with most of their albums. There are a couple I need to listen to, and Rush, I'm familiar with mainly their earlier albums, some of their later albums, but I think it would be a fun thing to do, random reviews at random times of different artists. But let me know what you think. I might just do it anyway, regardless of what you think, but I still want to know your opinion. So anyway, thanks for watching this review. I hoped you watched it till the end. hopefully I'll do Animals. I'll probably try to get through the rest of Floyd albums fast so I can start doing the random reviews. Or I might do it to where I go chronologically through a band I know, like the Beatles or Led Zeppelin or Metallica. Like I review an album by them chronologically, and then do a random review, and then go back. Just let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the Animals review. Goodbye.